Okay, folks, this is Brandon from 13 Market Moves. Today's date is October 29th, 2020. Happy Thursday. Um, I want to talk to you about Facebook, which is set to report earnings after the market close. And we've done some awesome technical analysis and we wanted to share with you and what we can expect. So the question is, what does the earnings analysis of Facebook reveal about what it will do after earnings report? So our 13 market moves formula, get ready for this, points to this. Okay. So we know that the Facebook right now, I'm not really sure if earnings are going to matter all that much. And in the past, it was all about subscriber growth as well as what's happening. We know that they blew their earnings out on the last quarter, which was July 30th, 2020. And you'll see that they blew away the estimates right here. And also on their revenue estimates. But you know, one of the funny things about Facebook is that historically, whether the stock gaps up or gaps down, at its highest peak, it tends to sell off. And I intend to show you that. And as well, because Facebook has significant headwinds where with the U.S. government accusing them of censorship, looking at their Section 230 revocation issue, and there's always that specter that Facebook is also potentially on the same list as Google in terms of federal antitrust lawsuits. And so this is a highly controversial stock at the moment. Social media is basically trading near all-time highs, and the market is a little wobbly. So we wanted to kind of do a deep dive into the Facebook's earnings, and what we found out is it really doesn't matter. It's the entry. And so we're going to show you that shorting the top or the pops are going to give you the best opportunity for profit in terms of playing Facebook right after earnings. And we do not want you to advocate front running this. There's going to be plenty of opportunities. So let's dive right in real quick. So let's look at the recent quarterly earnings and how that shows up on macro daily chart. And so right here in this little circular area that I've put on, basically we had a pretty decent size down day yesterday, and which covered the gap that was present here. And so this is kind of the demarcation line, right? And so what we're looking for is that if this level should break, and I think it will break pretty handsomely, we can look at a potentially a gap down, and as well as 255 and 245 levels are in play. Now, typically, Facebook doesn't move much on a typical earnings, but we are not in that earnings cycle. We expect a pretty decent between 12 to 20 point move after earnings, even if it does gap down. But I wanted to just go over really quickly. Q2, they reported great earnings. They beat on EPS and revenues, and it popped. But you see this black candle that's right here? Okay, so that means that it went to the top, traded all the way back down, traded back up. Okay, so there is an opportunity, and we'll show you the timing on how to play that as we go forward. Q1, same thing. They reported decent earnings, and it pops again. You short the top, and it comes up, down, and goes back up. Okay, so if you're nimble on an intraday basis, you can make pretty decent profit range. Okay, and it happened to sell off for about 2 days afterwards. See that right here? Right here too also sells off. Okay, so and Q4 basically this is the earnings day, and they reported earnings after hours, and then obviously it gaps down. Again, you want to short the top. Okay, and basically from this point on, if you shorted the top, the range of move wasn't that great because it just stay there. So if it just kind of stalls out, doesn't do much of anything, you really want to hold the stock until the next day. Remember what I said, Facebook tends to sell off for 2 consecutive days, regardless of whether it gapped down or gapped up. Okay. Now, the other end of it is Q3. They reported pretty decent earnings. This is the October analog of last year. It popped again, went all the way down, nice size candle. And of course, in this case, only sold off for 1 more day. The point is, if you can time and get in at the top, that's what's going to give you the most amount of profit potential. So let's go review some of these charts. Okay. So let's move in. And so here's our daily technical analysis. It's pretty straightforward. The RSI really isn't doing much. It is on a short-term downsloping area. But this is key right here, yesterday. That is a big fat candle. It is sitting right at the pivot point, and we believe at the very least it's going to test that level. And if that level should break, then we're looking at 245 to 230 level. Okay. Now, tomorrow is Friday. These do have weekly options, and so our job is to find the top and short the crap out of it. There is a death hook forming here. So everything, guys, this is setting up for a prime shorting opportunity. It doesn't matter what the earnings are. This is highly controversial. The Washington is pissed off at these people for seemingly censoring conservative voices, whether that's true or not. We don't really care. This stock is going to be under pressure, and frankly, I mean, it's close to trading near the all-time highs. It hit that in September, and it sold off, and it just tried to retrace a little bit and never got above this level. So we're very optimistic that this is going to give us a good shorting opportunity. Let's look at the weekly chart. Okay, same thing. Really, we have a slightly divergent RSI from its last peak before it made its move up. I mean, this is all-time highs. We're not too far away from it, but look at this weekly candle. We are working on a pretty decent-sized sell-off, and I think very, very clearly after the earnings that we're going to flirt around right here and possibly retest down here. Whether it closes there is another issue. But your job tomorrow when the market opens is to find the top. When it pops, whether it gaps down or gaps up, doesn't matter. You short the pops. We already have a death hook, right? Death cross over here. And so, you know, the main thing right now is that it's finding support right at this 8 EMA. And we really want this to, we want to be able to short this significantly. Okay. All right, so I just wanted to focus on some historical Q3 earnings behavior, and it's pretty similar. And one thing I love about Facebook is it's consistent, right? You want consistent stocks. In Q3 of 2019, they reported earnings after hours. It kind of corrected down, kind of similar to what we had, and it popped. Okay, it gapped up and it popped, and our job was to find the top and then short it. Okay, usually that's probably within the 15 minutes of the market open. Okay, and here's the thing: if you're an intraday day trader, you short the top and then you get out. In this instance, because it was so impulsive, there was big volume coming in, you get out by 1 p.m. for maximum profit. And you know your profit targets and goals are going to vary by each individual trader. Let me show you the hourly what it did. So basically what it did in this situation is that here's the 30th, same chart on an hourly basis. We just got to find this top, you short it, and you just follow this thing and remain patient, and then understand that as long as it doesn't get above this candle body, then you're good. And because it was showing increasing volume as it sold off, at 1 o'clock, you just get the hell out of Dodge, okay? Pretty simple, standard. We're excited about this play. February, October 30th, Q3 2018 earnings. Okay, this time they reported good earnings a year ago, and this was during that 2018 market sell-off, right? But it nonetheless, it reported good earnings. It popped again. Our job was to find the top and then short the crap out of it down this way. Okay, I don't know why this thing just changed on me. Okay, so we want to short that down, and on top of that, this gave us a great additional shorting opportunity. If you're a swing trader and you wanted to buy next week's options, remember these expire Friday, which is tomorrow, but you can buy next week's options and then write it down or wait until Monday or Tuesday and just short the tops. You just got to be patient. As long as it stalls out, doesn't get above the previous body's candle, you're going to be good. Okay, did that make sense? Okay, so let's move on to the weekly, not weekly, hourly chart of the Q3 2018. Again, we had a significant gap up. You got to find the top. This was easy. As it opened, it just popped right there. And you had 2 entries, right? If you've screwed up on the first one, as long as you see that it's stalling out as it attempts to top, okay, you just got to have the patience, and you hold this until about 11 Okay, 11 to 11:15 will giving us optimal time to escape. So somewhere between 11 to 1 o'clock is the holding time for all you fearless day traders, right? All right, so let's move on to November 1st to 2017. That was the Q3 earning analog. And again, they reported earnings the next day. Again, find the short the top. Okay, find the top of the range. Okay, because it will pop. And then you hold. You can hold for up to 2 days. Okay, but look at this range. Okay, so 182 to roughly 177 intraday. That's pretty decent, especially for a Friday contract, right? So let's move on into the hourly for Q3 2017. Really, really cool, right? It gaps down and you basically short the top. Let it run up, okay, because it will, okay? That is a given. It's going to look like the stock is headed for the moon, okay, or it's going to retrace and everything, but Facebook doesn't do that. It will get up and maybe get really close to the bottom of this whole candle body from the previous day, the last hour. Just look at that as a reference, and then you short this until what? Prevailing theme, right? 11 to 11:30-ish, or as long as it starts to stall out. So you could have also gotten out again, that theme again, 1 o'clock if you wanted to hold it, but this would have given us the longest opportunity, okay, to get the best amount of profits. Okay, so how do we trade this? I think you guys understand what I'm getting at here, okay? Facebook has a lot of geopolitical pressures, okay? It's under scrutiny by Congress and the U.S. lawmakers who's pissed off at them for censorship, potential censorship and biases against conservatives, right? So it is at risk, like Google, the federal antitrust lawsuit, okay? Because they believe, they're beginning to see that the social media company maybe has too much power and it's unregulated. They are at risk, and this is huge. And so this is something that we're going to play throughout the week as we go. The Section 230 revocation means that these social media giants cannot operate without impedance or regulation and without threats of lawsuit, because if you feel like your free speech is being violated, then this revocation is going to do a huge thing, because now they're going to be an entity just like any publishing companies to be factually and unbiased reporting. Okay, so this will set this company up from losing a lot of the protections that it has against lawsuits and regulation. Okay, and also the market is beginning to correct, right? Market's beginning to correct. So we're entering into maybe a bear market into the earnings season. Can you believe that? That's crazy. So Facebook is trading near the all-time highs, and yesterday we had a good downside range. We had a big fat red candle, okay? And I think that's going to continue. Whether or not Facebook pops or drops on earnings, your job is to wait for the peak range. Wait for the pop. Find that range. Get in at the top, because it doesn't do you any good to FOMO in as soon as the market opens and then pay a ton for this. Let the premiums come in and then let it look like it's bouncing and then get in. It could be really short. As long as it stalls out, it starts to come back down. But as soon as it stalls out, you need to short the tops, right? And so that's very important. It can be shorted for about 2 days of swing trade. And intraday swing trade lasts from 11 to about 11:30, but rarely you won't be wrong by holding this until 1 p.m. also. The daily trading range post-earning intraday is about 11.2, but we think there's going to be higher range tomorrow. DTR swing post-trading 2 days for 2 days is about 14.6. Again, I think it's going to be higher. You short the pops, but don't overstay your welcome. Remember this 11 to 11:30 time frame. That's one thing I love about Facebook throughout the years in trading it, is that it's consistent. It's not a fast mover like some of these Teslas and things, but occasionally it'll be your best friend. Okay, so we may have higher trading range due to increased price and volatility. We know that we have increased volatility. I mean, our VIX is above like 39 right now, right? And so now volatility has come in. It also means that you got to be careful how you buy your contracts, because the premiums are really high. And so the theta, the time component, you're going to pay through the nose for it. So this is why it makes sense. That's why I'm excited. Facebook for Friday after they report earnings, and then short the pop. Okay. there is headline risk, but like I said, this thing is gonna move either to the upside or downside based on its news, and I just don't see how this 230 revocation and potential for additional federal antitrust lawsuit to kind of regulate the social media giants is not going to have headwinds. Okay. So this is Brandon. I enjoy doing this video. I'm part of 13 Market Moves. If you want to learn or join our awesome 13 Market Moves trading community, click the link below and find out more and schedule a 20-minute consultation. Okay? Good luck. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Do you know what is actually the best day of the week to day trade and why? I'm about to show you something that most of day traders don't even dream about, and what all the trading gurus, coaches, and experts think is absolutely impossible. Now, the reason why they think that is because they all learned the same courses on trading, like basic stuff like trade the trend, guys. That's not gonna make you any money. So if you're tired of your account going nowhere, if you're tired of losing money, pay attention. Now, I'm super busy trading, so I'm actually gonna have Monica walk you through details. Now, all the experts will tell you, don't trade on Fridays. Why? Because they've been taught and conditioned to think that. Because they don't know the secrets that I know. I'm about to reveal to you that exactly the opposite is true. The only day you want to day trade is on Friday. Check out some of my recent Friday trades. 1,000 to 4,300, 2,000 to 26,000. 2,000 to 53,000 day trading, 4,000 to 63,000 day traded, $4,000 to $144,000 in under 8 hours day traded. The reason why they don't think this is possible because they don't know what I know and what my students know. Now check out my students, 195,000 in day trading profits recently, 356,000 in trading profits recently. If you've been going to countless webinars trying to learn how to trade, if you've been taking courses where everybody's teaching you the same stuff over and over again, no wonder why your account is stuck. No wonder why you're trading this stock, guys. If you're tired of sales pitches, countless webinars, and all the same stuff that everybody's trying to teach you when it comes to day trading and swing trading, let me show you how real trading is done. Watch me trade live right now, 4K to 63K in under 9 hours. All trades are triple verified by independent agencies. Stop wasting time doing the same thing over and over again. Stop the excuses. This is real. This is possible. Let me show you how you can learn the formula that can allow you to trade like this. If you're ready to take your trading game to the next level, let's roll. Click the link somewhere around this video. Click the button somewhere around this video and watch now or forever regret not knowing the secrets that could have finally taken your trading game to the ultimate victory in the Super Bowl of trading. Let's roll. Ready to take your trading skills to the next level, guys? Let's do this. I'm gonna have Monica take it over from here. On the next page, make sure, don't be shy, say hi to Monica. She is ready to reveal the secrets of trading like a rock star. Just click the watch now button. Be nice to her. Don't be flirting now. Click the watch now button and let the show begin.